Well, hello YouTube and subscribers. Thanks for subscribing. I always find it a little interesting that anybody really watches these things. And I know it's limited at that, but anybody at all, that's appreciated and kind of shocking to me. Hey, it's, I can't remember, I think it's like week 7 or week 8 update. I am here home, around here in Reno, and I've been here for a few days, recovering and getting things modified. Wanted to go ahead and give you kind of an update as to, or show you an update really, and remind myself later in the future as to what has been working, what has not, and what I'm gonna do for the rest of this hike, as long as I can hike. So I have had a heck of a time with food and eating properly, or just eating, and I am down 26.8, so really 27 pounds. Not entirely shocking, not entirely bad either, because I had some weight to lose, and I still have a little bit more to lose. So yes, that is quite a bit in 7 weeks or 8 weeks, but I definitely had that cushion there. But let me show you what I've got going on, because I'm gonna head out here real soon. I'll just go ahead and I'll turn this around. So, actually, hold on. Let me switch cameras. All right, so let's just start with the pack. So, because I'm here at home, I'm basically switching out most of my equipment. This is the Z-Packs Arc Haul, and I gotta tell you, it didn't really arc very well on this side. The stay came out, that didn't come out, but would bow. So it went from an arc haul to a haul, and both pockets, the elastic strap snapped. So this one's a little easier. You can see it's broken. And I did try to sew it, and I did sew it, and it actually worked for several hundred miles. For somebody who can't sew, that's pretty cool. But it snapped in like the last 2 days here on trail, and it was just flopping. And you can actually see how it is, even with this cinch, I mean, it's starting to fray. So I don't think that would have lasted another 1,000 miles. Apparently a lot of people, and I'd heard this from many, and especially trail angels too, said that they were having a lot of problems with Z-Packs. It wasn't working out, specifically the pack. So that is going to go away, and I'm switching to my Waymark through 40. Have the hip belt padded with the pockets. They're not as big as Z-Packs, but they fit pretty much everything. This fits almost, but not quite, a day's worth of food, so it's a little bit smaller. It's forcing me to kind of maneuver around. But essentially, it's the frameless pack, and it is gonna be very close to what I had before. So, and I've had this out in the High Sierra, worked beautifully. So that's wonderful. I did find the hole in my air pad from my X-Lite, but I've switched to the Nemo Tensor insulated, the regular wide, because I like it wide. Don't have my elbows hitting the ground. So I've got a new air pad, I've got a new pack, I've got brand new clean shirt, or my hoodie came out fantastic. I have new shorts. I don't think I have them here. Oh, I do. I bought some new shorts, and I got another hoodie that when I get up closer to the border and it gets colder, I'll have that switched out. I won't take that with me. So I've got a lot of new stuff, but also I've got, because I bought 2 of them. So I've got a fresh new water bottle that I had before, fresh new filter. So like I said, I had 2. And I try to make it a habit of changing these clean water bottles out every several or whatever resupplies. So like every 400 miles or whatever, if I can, just to be a little bit careful about some of that sickness that other people had, but I didn't, thankfully, because I skipped. But just be careful. And then actually I've had these for a while. So like several pairs of new prescription sunglasses. So these are new, don't have all the busted up lenses that I did before. I'm doing my resupplies today, finishing up, running lower on these liquid IVs, but I love them. Bought some of these for the morning. This coffee, I'm trying this out. Had a test cup, tasted great. And then I am supplementing my resupply, changing stuff out with gummy bears. And I have, I'm gonna portion this out, a 5-pound package of gummy bears, and I've got another one coming today. I love these things, I crave these things. I crave this and Sprite out on trail. It's really interesting that I do that, but I do. So I'm gonna portion this out today and put them in my resupplies. So that's pretty well it, y'all. I was supposed to, or wanted to, schedule an appointment with my chiropractor and my podiatrist to have them look at me and adjust and all that. Both are out, or were out this week. So that sucked. Couldn't even get the massage that I wanted. So I've just been taking it easy, visiting friends, and just, taking several zeros. Overall, I really enjoyed this time off. I know that I took more time off than I really wanted to. Whatever, that's gonna be the way it is. But I think in some respects I needed that. In some respects it was really the best thing for me. So I guess we'll see how the rest of it plays out. But I'm ready to get out on trail. I'm motivated again. Coming up here, I didn't know if I was gonna keep going or not. If I was gonna just, say, okay, about halfway, that's good. But now that I'm here, and like 2 days beforehand, I thought, you know what? I really want to do this. I want to finish this. I want to just at least go as far as I possibly can before the snow or injury or something, So it's going pretty well. The one thing I will say here, I want to address this real quick. So let me just show you what I have. So resupply, sorry about the shaking. Resupply, you can send yourself stuff like I have. The key really is variety. And yes, your taste buds will change, like I crave Sprite and gummy bears, but not, for me, not as dramatic as I thought based off of what other people said. So these things, like these macadamia nut mixes, or anything with macadamia nuts, I really don't like. I found out that, yes, macadamia nuts are nutritious and wonderful calories per ounce, don't get me wrong, but I just don't care for them. I really just don't. So I've been swapping them out, been giving them away, all that. Put them in hiker boxes, so effectively throwing them away. I'm gonna bring some more on trail with me, but that's where the gummy bears and such come in. A handful here, a handful there, mix them up, gummy bears and that, not at the same time, but one on, one off, really helps make those nutrient and calorie dense that I have already more palatable. That and water. So you can send yourself food, especially if you are on a restricted diet or you have a lot of food allergies or sensitivities. Like I have some food sensitivities, but no allergens. So there's that. You can do it. I would say, do like a hybrid model. Don't do necessarily exclusively resupply or exclusively town food or resupply in town. You can do both. That's what I've been doing. It works out really well for me to kind of like, oh, well, I really don't want that. So I'll put that in the hiker box, but I really want this. So I'll buy that real quick. And I should have done much more of a variety. I should have, that was my fault. But, hey, it is what I've chosen it to be. In terms of equipment, my puffy's fine. My rain equipment's fine. My shoes, I've got new shoes. I went to REI, bought some new pairs. I got some more coming, so my wife can, use those for the resupplies when I get further up. So it's going pretty well. It's going pretty well. Had a lot of positive support, and people have been very inquisitive, but also very supportive. So that's great to have. I definitely have enjoyed being here, especially with the cats. I busted my butt to get up here. I did. I went and did like I did a 37-mile day to make the next day coming in to the Tahoe area that much easier and shorter. So I was able to get up here at like 12:30, not even 12:30, on that day I got in. So that was a short day, and that was 22 miles. 22 is not short, but you know what I mean. And I did some morning hiking on that day too. So that was a little eerie, but fun to kind of get that a little bit under my belt, kind of dip my feet in the water a little bit with that. But it's been great so far. The support has been amazing. The community, also the hiking community, has been amazing and supportive. So I'm looking forward to getting up north and really getting some bigger mile days in. And, you know, today I'm going to get ready and just portion out these 5 pounds of gummy bears. And I got another 5 coming, so hopefully I can do that today too. And then, yeah, you know, have people, you know, support me along the way has been really key in some respects. So that's pretty well it, y'all. Just been a chill week here in Reno, just relaxing. Yeah, it definitely was fun. Definitely was worth it. It was worth having at least 2 days, but not probably as many as I've had. So I'm definitely looking forward to getting back out there. I'm gonna have to earn some of my trail legs back for sure. So yeah, the good, the bad, the boring. The good has been definitely the recoup, resupply, switching out my gear. That's been good. That's been great. Reconnecting with my wife and some friends up here. That's been great. The bad, I guess the only downside is that, yeah, some of those services I was looking to really, you know, use or, you know, cash in on, I couldn't cash in on them. So, okay, whatever. And the bad also be that my equipment, you know, the Z-Packs Arc Haul is just not holding up. It's just not. You could argue probably successfully that I had too much weight in those pockets. Yeah, and they're huge pockets, but yeah, I had too much weight in them probably. But yeah, it's just sort of falling apart. And that sort of it is. And the other bad is I probably spent too much time here on my butt or recouping, if you will. And then I'm gonna have to get back out there and earn those trail legs back. Boring? Gosh, you know, there really hasn't been anything boring. You know, just the same old routine, but even that this week was disrupted. I actually got to sleep in a bed. And that was wild. I mean, I had great sleep, but weird dreams. Psychiatrically, yeah, no negative symptoms, obviously. Positive symptoms, you know, increased self-esteem, increased confidence, increased motivation. I want to go back out there, and I'll just figure it out in terms of staying somewhere for the night. I got to figure that out. That's easy. But yeah, no negative psychiatric symptoms, no desires to quit. If anything, now I want to go further and further, even though I haven't really planned that much, because really all my planning was just to get to here because I didn't know if I could even get to Tahoe. So now that I know that I can do things and I have the equipment and the skills that I have to make things work, worst case scenario, I just get a hitch somewhere into a town because I don't want to do it or I'm too injured, and I'll just come home. So I feel confident because I have the skills that I've got to have. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Doing great. Gonna meet up with a friend today and hang out today after I do some of this. So it's awesome. I really am glad I've done this so far. It's been great. So we'll see if I say the same thing about the mosquitoes. And I did buy a bunch of mosquito repellent. I'm not playing around with that. I will take the extra weight. I will gladly take the extra weight. I hate those mosquitoes, and I know that they're gonna come at me when I'm up north, and they're gonna be vicious. So I'm bringing what I can to help mitigate that. So anyways, hope you all kind of enjoyed this. This has been my experience thus far. Almost halfway there. Been great. Sometimes not so great. Cold clothes suck to put on in the morning. Cold wet sucks to put on in the morning. But you do what you gotta do and just move through it. So hope you enjoyed this. My sort of watching my journey as I go through this and do what I can for my first long distance through hike. And hey, I'll see you in that next video, if there is a next video. Thanks, Andrew.